Okay, note to self. This is the last time I ever ask a rabbit for directions. Seriously though, where the hell am I?
Here, it's nowhere.
Smartass. Bugs Bunny Lost in Time is a game published on the PS1 and PC in 1999. Lost in Time follows the titular Bugs Bunny after making a wrong turn in Albuquerque, leading him to a mysterious device hidden away in a shack somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Our bunny friend assumes that the machine is a carrot juicer, and I don't fully blame him for that except for the chair and the helmet. Those raise some questions, such as it a psychic juice? Oh, it's a time machine. 1 out of 10, not impressed. The time machine transfers Bugs to a mysterious abyss outside of time and space, in which he meets the equally mysterious sorcerer Merlin Monroe, who explains to Bugs that the only way to return to his proper time period is to collect the giant magical clocks hidden throughout the various eras in time. Why the wizard, who time travels regularly, can't just take us back is never explained. Regardless, Bugs Bunny must traverse through the Stone Age, the Pirate Years, the Middle Ages, the 1930s, and Dimension X. Throughout these dimensions, Bugs must dig, kick, sneak, and hover through various obstacles in order to collect enough clocks and golden carrots to return home. So you think that'd be easy, right? Just go to each hub world, beat the levels, and boom, done. Lost in Time has a weird layout to it. Rather than the process I just described to you, you instead unlock levels in other hub worlds as you progress. To be clear on this, let me give you an example. In one level in the Middle Ages era, you collect all the clocks available at that time. Upon exiting the level, instead of opening up another level in the Middle Ages era, you instead open up a level in the Caveman era. This game is 100% like that, and it's not bad, it's just a bit annoying as you constantly have to go back and forth between the different hub worlds. That's the weird layout of the game. It's not bad, but it will throw you in the loop the first time you play it. Anyway, my minor confusion aside, the levels are constructed well enough that they never make you frustrated. Add to the fact you have no lives, and you have fast respawns, and it's more of a matter of time before you finish the game. That said, there are some things that genuinely annoyed me. The level progression is a minimal thing, but the real annoyance comes in the way of collecting all the clocks in the level. In some levels you can collect all the clocks on your first run through. Others require you to come back at later times to use spells on certain stones, which Melvin teaches you later on. And sometimes it'll take more than one spell in order to get all the clocks, carrots, or final red box. Besides the clock, you have 3 other collectibles. Carrots, which work to restore your health and work as a currency. Golden carrots, which work as a way to open up bonus levels. And red acme boxes, which if you break all of them in a level, you gain another clock. There are bonus levels that are unlocked after collecting enough golden carrots. You can even spend 99 carrots to purchase 1 golden carrot available in each hub world. These bonus levels are usually just a competition between Bugs and one of the Looney Tunes character. Usually Daffy. Of course, there are level-specific collectibles such as keys, steering wheels, powder kegs, and what have you. Also, if you forget 1 red acme box before you leave a level, or you can't get it, then you have to come back and collect all the boxes again. Kinda like the first Banjo-Kazooie. Lastly, we have boss battles, and strangely enough, they usually show up in like the first level of each hub world. Go figure. But essentially, in each hub world, you'll battle a designated villain. A Caveman era, it's Elmer Fudd, Pirate Years, it's Yosemite Sam, etc., etc. The battles work really well as they act as proper boss battles, and they test the skills players should have developed at that time. And none of them are really unfair, and they are pretty well done overall. If there's any problem with the game control-wise, it's the jumping. When you jump, there's a small delay, about half a second before the actual jump. And even then, the jump is rather small, so there's not a lot of distance covered. And so it makes some jumps really close on whether you'll make it or not. Sometimes you have to be at the very edge in order to make it. Yeah, it's an old game that was oriented towards the younger crowd, but it holds up. This was my first time going back to it since I was a kid, and it was a decent ride. It's not the first on my list, but if you check it out, it won't try your patience, and it'll be a decent journey. Quick tip though, you kinda need to turn on your inner completionist if you want to win, otherwise you'll be returning to several levels, several times to look for that last clock, golden carrot, or box you missed. It's weird, the game just does what it does well, but not spectacularly. Like a good barbecue, you know? The burgers aren't the absolute best in the world, but it's still pretty good. That's this game as a whole. It's pretty okay, with some really minor problems here or there. It was good to see this old game again. Brings back some really good memories, but can't stay long. I need to find a way back to Dantooine. Now let's see how this thing works. I think if you pull the lever... Oh, that does not sound good.